Yo, what's happening, Bulls? Happy Thursday. If you want to get caught up with the markets, if you want to look at all the charts, look at the important charts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, a couple of altcoins that'll interest you, move through the big ones, and then head to the news, and you're in the right place. So let's go with that. We'll start with Bitcoin as usual. Actually, we'll start with the quote. All the benefits in life come from compound interest, relationship, money, habits, anything of importance. Ain't that the truth? You need to really, really just keep doing things. Just keep doing things, even when it doesn't seem like they're doing anything for you. Moving on. All right. Here we go. Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin chart. One candle equals 1 day. Bitcoin spot Bitcoin USD. So we talked about the knot recently. This is the Bitcoin price, 85,960 currently. It's pretty sad. And it's moving into the void. So this is a spot now where if the price doesn't stay in this box and try and untie the knot, whether it's fail or continue lower, if it stays in this void, you can basically fully expect it to just plummet like a stone into this next knot that branches from this price action here. There's not a whole lot of price action that's that's going to be used as support in the past. You can see that in Bitcoin clearly. So it's basically, if it keeps going, if it stays under this knot, it's just going to keep dropping like a stone into this next area, and all the 75k, 76k LARPers, everybody that's calling for that, which is basically the whole of crypto Twitter, the whole of X at the moment is just calling for 75k, 75k. That's all I'm seeing. I'm sick of seeing it. And I think the majority is going to be wrong. That's what the majority are asking for. So typically the majority is wrong. I'm going to expect it. So I'm actually going to expect a couple of days price action here, maybe a retrace, a bounce up, even if it is a dead cat. My head's in the way, something like this. So maybe over the weekend you might find a little bit of a try back, or over the weekend it gets very grim or grimmer, and then there's a lot of could be's, would be's, but this is what's happening when it's a falling knife. The price is a falling knife. They say you don't catch a falling knife, so that's why it's very hard to time bottoms. We can just speculate on what could happen. This. Nobody knows. You just take a guess where the bottom's going to be. My guess where the bottom was going to be is this area here. So that was my original guess. The guess of crypto Twitter is this area here. This is what everyone's calling for. So I'm always typically too bullish. I've been too bullish for the last 2 or so years, 3 years. It's done me well until now, when the altcoins are doing terrible. That's basically it. So moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum's in that same area that we talked about as well. So Ethereum's come down into this box. A massive support area, dates all the way back to the end of 2023 down here, this support. So massive price action areas. It was once it started this channel, it was destined to find this support box down here, and here it has. So got a couple of LARPs, got a couple of lines that we've talked about, but Ethereum needs to find a bottom. Everything's bottom searching, huge bottom searching. So you could just look at previous, like this is what happens when there's crashes, okay? And then further, and then further, and then further, and then further, or double bottom up again. This is serious significance because people put massive stop losses. I mean, Ethereum hit all those stop losses back here. Remember that? That was one of the biggest liquidations in crypto history. Right there. The biggest, huge, and now all these people that are longing Ethereum, thinking that it's over and done with, they're putting their stops like below here, below here, below here, below here. So this stuff's gonna start chasing it. Ethereum needs to find a bottom. You just need to see bottoming candles. You need to see green. You need to see green candles. Bottoms have greens and double bottoms. Solana, on the other hand, this is what we've said. This is what we've called for as well. Touching over Solana, it's back at 140, which is probably a sign of relief for the people that are checking on it. There's a lot of Solana holders, but we've been saying as well, Solana needs to find this area, this knot, and most likely hit $125 before it reverses. Okay, so if I was you, if I was a big Solana holder, and I do hold Solana, but if I was like a Solana maxi or something, I'd be just desperately wanting to this to just wick, hurry up, get over and done with, and then it can start its recovery, because this is the support, and these big supports, these huge, huge, archaic, fossilized support levels, they just need to be broken, man. And they do get broken. They get broken, back up, broken, back up, broken, back up to business, back to business, back to business, back to business. Moving on, stock market, bit of green, US stock market, S&P 500. Imagine if this bottoms here. If this bottoms here, then I'd be ballsy enough to say that it might drag crypto with it. Some of these altcoins won't recover though. Remember that. Looking at gold, we drew this yesterday. Area of importance. It's going to try and turn down here. There's going to be a little bit of sideways or pullback in this area before it tries and cracks this 3,000. It's going to attempt 3,000, most likely. Heavily probability skewed to trying 3,000. Whether it cracks it or falls short, that'll be a massive bit of significance, and that'll probably bring it all the way back down to like this area here, unless like back into here, unless there is massive global catalysts or things like that Fort Knox buyback, the Fort Knox buyback scheme, where America doesn't actually have the money and they got to buy back all the gold. So that could continue. This thing could just go full, just walk the band, just completely higher and higher if that's the case. Speaking about walk the bands, the DXY, the dollar, it's just it's just channeling, bottom of the channel, just slip and slide. This is the red slip and slide to hell. So this is also, we're keeping track of this because this is good for risk assets where you want to see the dollar go down. Okay, so eventually, it doesn't seem like it right now, but eventually this will happily help the crypto market. And look at this. Just remember things. This is a daily chart. Remember wicks like this. Look at this. So there's a top here. You'll be able to see it nicer on probably like a 6-hour chart, I'd say. Okay, here we go. So he comes up. So it's channeling. It's got a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. Comes down. Wicks up. Takes out the neckline. Takes out all this and gets rejected very fast. Look at this. Gets rejected very fast. See that wick? That is just classic lower high behavior. Like that's just like, yep, trend is down. That's a full trend down confirmation right there. That. So keep that in mind. Head and shoulder pattern makes a lower low. Wicks up higher, takes all but the head off, and then confirms further down. So TA 101, that's a good one to remember. We haven't had a look at oil at all on this, so let's have a look at oil. Look at this consolidation. Oil is just consolidating. Look at this. If you're interested, anyways, it's just oil's just consolidating. It's just gonna get squeezed out. Full pennant. Looks pretty ugly. It's going to be up to like geopolitical forces, most likely. See what happens where if it wants to see what Trump's going to do, more or less. But just if you haven't seen, there's oil sort of warming up for a big move in case it interests you. Now let's move on to the news. The classic. Who wants to buy Bitcoin for 108K? Everybody who wants to buy Bitcoin for 86K. Crypto is always like this. And I'm telling you right now, crypto is always like this. Always has been, always will be. It's always people that do not want to touch it when nobody else wants to touch it. It's madness of the crowds. There is so much madness in crowds. People just, it's just nuts. It's nuts. This is good buying. This is good buying. Okay, I'll just tell you right now. Look, these people with the hands up, they're the people. Oh, wait, here you go. These people with the hands up, they're the people that they're begging to buy back the Bitcoin off you when you buy it for 86K right now. and then in a month, a week, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months time, when it comes back to 108, and you want a nice easy 20% or more, 25% gain, these people are begging to take it off your hands. Don't forget, it is always like this. Now let's move on. Fear and Greed Index hits 10. Pretty rare when you see it hit 10. Extreme fear, the time has come. Good time to buy. Buy the fear, sell the greed. This is the actual website, alternative.me. So you can just see here clearly. If we zoom out 1 year max, it hasn't been this low at 10. I haven't seen it at 10 for, 2022, man. It hasn't been this low since 2022. Wow, 2.5 years. Holy, that's big. That just shows how much pain that there really is. Or, this is some the pussy index. This is the pussy index for everybody that's been selling. Pussy index. Yeah, this is just basically what we just looked at. BTC greed. Congratulations to everyone who turned into a long-term investor this week. Do you know what that means? That means if you didn't have a stop loss or a plan, everybody's guilty of it. I've done it. I still do it sometimes. I'll hold altcoins. I think like I'll buy an altcoin. I think there's no way it's going to go here. No stop loss, just a bit of a soft stop, just a bit of a longer term hold. I'm just going to ride it out through to when I think the end of the bull market is. And then so I don't sell it. Hold it. That altcoin doesn't look so pretty anymore. Maybe the fundamental analysis has changed, but it could be down 60%. And now I'm a long-term investor trying to break even. I've been forced into it because I didn't have a stop loss. I thought, what's the worst that could happen? The whole market's going to drag it up. There's no way it'll go down this low. So I don't need to put a stop loss, or I don't have a cutoff point. And if you don't have a plan, you will be punished. Top strategist. Here you go. Buy every dip. Top strategist. Buy every dip. I trust him. I don't know what it is about that guy, but I trust him. Might be that thumb for a head. I trust him. Oh yeah, I didn't even read that. I did not even read that, swear to God. Well, I trust him too, Crypto Verb. His old mate, Cuck, Alex Becker, just fighting everybody off. Alt season's still on. Alt season's still on. Alt season, remember it? Remember it? Lark Davis. Solana ETF is coming soon. It definitely is. And the way that the market is right now, it wouldn't be surprising if Solana ETF is the bottom. Imagine that. Or if it takes too long, it could be the top. But it's things like that are big enough to maybe not be like macro, like whole cycle tops and bottoms, but little local tops and bottoms. Like how the Trump election was a local bottom. Trump winning the election was a local bottom. What else we got? Pump Fund is trending to zero at crazy speed. The graduating token numbers are imploding. So yeah, it's destroying itself. It's imploding. Its Pump Fund is killing itself from within, and it is a cleanse that we've all been praying for. We just hope that it didn't take all these other altcoins with it, or the whole market with it, but it is so far. And yeah, I finish on the last one that we just talked about earlier. All the benefits in life come from compound interest. Just remember, if you keep doing something that is good for you, whether it's eating healthy, sleeping well, meditating, stretching, anything, spending time with family, calling people, building relationships over and over, making the effort, trust me, I know it doesn't seem like it's doing anything, and you don't see, especially in the world that we're living in now, everyone wants immediate results, but the best results can only be achieved from compound interest. The best results can only be achieved in life, in this world, by compound interest, by building and doing little things, and brick by brick by brick by brick, brick by brick. See you tomorrow, motherfucker. Actually, probably won't see you tomorrow. Go on the races. Bucks party. See ya later.